Mr. Posey.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, for holding this hearing and the options to improve science and technology advice for Congress. From 1972 to 1995, Congress had an agency called the Office of Technology Assessment, the OTA, the purpose of our hearing here. Its objective was to provide Congress with objective and authoritative analysis of scientific and technical issues. But as we've heard discussed, it was abolished because it was duplicative and a wasteful use of taxpayer dollars. It also strayed from its nonpartisan origins, I understand, and published biased studies. The OTA published a background paper in 1984 on our nation's missile defense system in space, and in a Heritage Foundation report entitled Reassessing the Office of Technology, it stated regarding the missile defense paper that there are reasonable grounds to conclude that the OTA background paper compromised the national security by revealing information relating to the national defense. Due to the OTA being a congressional entity, as the ranking member previously pointed out, it was nearly impossible to hold them accountable. The OTA's lack of accountability, partisanship, and national security concerns led to its demise. And so we're here today because some members of Congress have demonstrated a propensity to leak sensitive information, and the history of the OTA in dealing with national security issues makes many wonder about the reasonableness of reestablishing it. Does the GAO have a secure structure in place for handling sensitive or classified information, and has the sensitive information ever been compromised, as with the OTA paper on missile defense in space? And the question is for Mr. Parsons.
Short answer, yes, sir, we do. We have all our apparatus to handle classified information, even up to the top secret and SCI level. Thank you.
Do you see any way that the OTA would help your agency with information?
I'm sorry, the question is, would the a hypothesized revive OTA help GAO?
Yeah, would it be of any value to the GAO?
Well, I think it would be, if a revive OTA were in place, it would be one of our sister agencies that we would coordinate with so that we don't duplicate work. I think one thing that I think all parties are agreeable here, I'm not going on a limb, is that there's a lot of science and technology work to do. And so I think we would coordinate with them in the same way that GAO's protocols at the start of every study interact or check with CRS and CBO at the moment. If an OTA were back, and we did this decades ago when OTA was there, we would coordinate with them on that.
Do you think money would be better spent bolstering the GAO or reinstating an OTA?
So our policy, if the Congress wills, we already are growing into, as I mentioned, our aspirational target number is 140 FTE. That is comparable to what OTA's FTE count was at its shuttering, as far as we understand it. It depends, sir, if it's a zero-sum game. If you pay this entity versus GAO, that's the delicate issue. We do think, again, there's plenty of work to do, even with an OTA, and it's GAO's official policy that we would help support and coordinate with any hypothesized stand-up of OTA. However, if the question is whether or not we are willing, able to do this, I think the short answer is yes.
It takes a pretty compelling argument to get most of the people in my district to think it's a good idea to start another government agency which failed before and is doing a job done by other government agencies presently. Right. But I thank you for your comments, and I see my time is about to expire, and I yield back. Thank you.